Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. Delegates from across Wisconsin and the entire country now in Chicago for the opening night of the Democratic National Convention.
Everyone will be focused on Vice President Kamala Harris, who's expected to be inside the United Center tonight, and President Joe Biden, who is expected to symbolically pass the torch for the Democratic nomination. Chief political reporter Jason Zimmerman will be there as well. He's live in Chicago with Your Voice, Your Vote coverage tonight. Jason.
Cami, with Wisconsin being a key battleground, its delegation will be near the front of the stage for the entire programming portion of the convention this week. A big focus will be on young voters, and this includes two former Waupaca High School students who just graduated last year, making the trip together to be at this event. For Wisconsin delegates, the excitement of the week to come is just beginning to set in as Logan Jansen and Henry Fry sat down to breakfast Monday morning, realizing a political dream is now a reality, being at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago.
It's a massive deal. I mean, this is a crucial election, and I feel really honored to be able to be here, especially with one of my closest friends.
Jansen and Fries graduated from Waupaca High School in 2023, both political junkies, passionate about several progressive causes.
I mean, this is really a dream come true. We've always been political nerds. We've followed elections. We've followed the DNC from the television at home. But to be able to go down here was not in my long-term plan at first, and I'm just so thrilled to be able to share this moment with my good friend from high school.
Both were taken by surprise Monday morning to hear from vice presidential nominee Tim Walz, who addressed the Wisconsin delegation, even though Republicans argue that Harris herself has avoided questions since surging to the top of the presidential ticket.
It is a Joe Biden basement strategy right now to keep her away from answering any potential questions that she might have to answer.
Also Monday, Democrats highlighting the importance of the youth vote.
We need to take the youth voice and bring it to the surface. Get out that vote on college campuses across Wisconsin, even rural areas, the 18-year-olds in high school that can vote. We need to take that voice and elevate it.
The young vote is always crucial, and that's been an area where the Democratic Party needs to boost out turnout, and they need to invigorate their party.
Speakers on the convention floor tonight include President Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. Vice President Harris is scheduled to speak on Thursday night. Plus, Senator Ron Johnson held a news conference today at the Trump Hotel. More on all of that coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. Reporting live in Chicago at the DNC, Jason Zimmerman, Action 2 News.